Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelli Phillips. Our guest today is Randa Bedair, the founder of the Our Village app, a service that helps parents in Dallas-Fort Worth get and give help with their children and families. Stick around. We'll be back with more of BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Our next guest is the visionary behind a mission to rebuild the village that modern parenting so often lacks. Inspired by her own experience of isolation during a Michigan blizzard with a newborn and no support, she turned a personal struggle into a nationwide solution. Please welcome the founder and owner of Our Village, Randa Bedair. And Randa, before we get started on to what you're doing now, a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up? What was life like? And then kind of a little bit more about your story.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. I am native to the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Arlington. Grew up here. And I have a business background. I basically ran my family business for over 20 years. I've also helped my husband with his businesses that he's had. So I kind of had a knack for business marketing. I really just loved getting out there, trying different things to seeing what would stick. And so, yeah, that's my background. I graduated from UTA here in Arlington. Yeah, that's basically a business background.
So when you were in Detroit or the Michigan area, yes, you had your first child.
Right. So once I got married, my husband got accepted into law school in Detroit. That's where he is from as well. So we moved. I got married. We moved. I had my first daughter, and it was in the middle of a blizzard. I was terrified to drive. I had postpartum anxiety. My husband was very busy. He had, law school. He had a business to run, and then he also had just things at school with law school that he was busy with. So I was home alone a lot of the time, and
no other family up there.
His mother was just a bit older, so it was kind of hard to ask for help. But no other family nearby, no friends. So I found myself quite often alone, afraid to drive. I needed diapers. I needed formula. And at this time, we still didn't have, grocery store deliveries, Uber delivery, none of that. So at that time, I was thinking, man, I wish there was like somebody I can call, like another mom, an older mom who, can come and help me with these things, maybe give me a break. I just need a couple hours. I wasn't sleeping. And it just kind of stuck with me over the years. We did end up moving back to Texas, and I had 2 more children. And with my experience over the last 10 years, I spoke to a lot of other moms who were in similar situations, isolated, not having family nearby. And as you know, a lot of people started moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area after 2020. Mm-hmm. And that was around the time where I really started to feel like, okay, the pandemic had happened. Everybody's delivering, everybody's Ubering. And I was like, you know what? That's not like far-fetched. Let me do a little digging. So I did some research. I created some surveys. I was a part of like mom groups. And I got some, feedback. Like, how would you feel about, finding help with your day-to-day, with cleaning, with childcare, with, just tasks and errands. And I got pretty good feedback from my surveys. So then I created a Facebook group, and I have a little over 6,000 members in this group now. But I kind of used it to create my members, I guess you would say, while I was building the app.
So you decided to start building an app?
I decided to build an app. This app would allow you to choose the service that you need help with. Every provider on the app is background checked. So you don't have to do, your vetting. They have a profile. You can see their reviews. So immediately I learned that a lot of moms will go to Facebook groups asking for help. And if they get, referrals from someone, any other trusted mom within that Facebook group, they would trust it. And they say, hey, I was referred by you and just go for it. And then there's people like me who didn't like doing that. And there's a lot of moms that are not comfortable doing that as well. So for me, it made sense to create a platform where it was exclusively for parents, exclusively, for moms mostly, where we could find what we needed without having to go on Facebook groups, ask our neighbors.
Ask folks at church.
Right. So you just do your own vetting. They're all background checked. They're clear. They have a profile. And what I found is a lot of moms will just hire them. They have one review. I already know their background checked, and it's very easy for them to just, hey, let's chat and, I'll hire you for the job.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. An app.
Yes.
That's no easy feat.
Absolutely not.
How did you figure out the app? Did you have to hire other people?
I did. And I will say it's not for the faint-hearted. If you don't have a background in tech, it's extremely difficult. It took me about a year to hire the right people to create the app for me. And then the tech world is just a whole different ballgame. It's extremely hard to navigate. You don't know the infrastructures and,
the lingo.
Yeah, the lingo that goes with it, how things work, retainer, hourly, just so many different things. But what I did find is I brought on a co-founder. Her name is Taylor, and she has a tech background. And I found her about a year into my journey after I had built out the app. So she joined me. She's been with me for a little over a year now, and it's made a world of a difference in navigating the whole tech industry. So
your app, does any mom get on there?
Yes.
Do you have to sign up? Do you have to go through a process? How does that work?
So it's typically a short sign up. You have your profile as well as a mom. You can include a photo. You can include information about you and your family. And that's really it. They do get verified. We make sure that everyone on the platform is safe. So parents alike, they would need to get verified through Stripe to make sure we're not having scammers or anybody on the app.
That's what I was hinting at. Okay,
I wanted to make sure everybody feels safe because, yes, this is a platform for moms. We want to feel like the first thing and the most important thing is safety.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, the providers who are on the app, they're all background checked already. So they sign up, they can scroll through the different profiles, through the different services that they're looking for. They can post a job, have people apply to it and, go about it that way.
So what type of service providers do you have on the platform?
So our main service that a lot of the parents go for right now is babysitting.
Absolutely.
Right? And so a lot of those providers are typically like college age students, 20-year-olds who have done babysitting or nannying, and it's perfect for them to do those jobs. What I've found with the other categories are next to our transportation and household upkeep. A lot of moms actually tend to step in and take on jobs like that. It just kind of depends on the category, I guess you would say. But typically, I had a lot of moms signing up because they're wanting to help other moms. And that's the idea I had in mind initially. And once I took off, I found that a lot of the moms that were posting jobs were looking for like last minute help, backup help, schedule changes. My kid is sick today. I need somebody to stay home with them. It was more or less, finding backup care, backup help. And I thought that was great because there's nothing that solves that problem right now.
No.
There's absolutely nothing. And if you as a parent, a lot of your days are, mixed up by schedules, cancellations, sick days. A lot of the times the school schedules don't work with our schedules and work schedules. So I was really amazed to see that because, yeah, we can find help, with our everyday things, but it made a lot of sense that people were looking to our village to find last minute and backup help somewhere that they couldn't find that type of help.
We need to take a quick break, so stick around. We've got more that we want to talk about. We'll be right back with more of BizTV and Randa Bedair, the owner of Our Village, when we come back. Be sure to scan the QR code on your screen to sign up for BizTV's monthly newsletter, The Biz Beat, where you'll get articles, business news, and columns by BizTV's personalities, all sent directly to your inbox. And we're back with the owner of the Our Village app, Randa Bedair. And we were talking a little bit about your app and how you established it and why you established it. One, kids don't come with books. They don't come with instruction manuals. And we've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
Is that where the name of the app comes from?
That's exactly where it came from. You hear it all the time, but is it really being applied in modern day parenting? I feel like, me growing up in the 80s and 90s, we did have more of a village.
Yeah.
Our neighbors, our, parents.
Well, you had a lot more
uncles.
Parents that at least one parent stayed home.
Right.
Now both parents are working.
Exactly. So, we keep hearing this village, the saying, but I don't think that we're really finding our village. It's very hard with a lot of the moms that I've spoken to. Everyone is isolated and, they're looking for that village.
What's been the response to your app thus far?
So far, very positive. We have a little over 400 users that join every month. And I've just been kind of focused on the Dallas-Fort Worth area for now. And I do have a small team, but I do plan on expanding. I've spoken to many of my users. That's what I especially love to do. And I like to hear about their situations. How did this help you? I always ask, what were you using before? And a lot of the responses are, for example, there is care.com. That's one of the biggest babysitting or nannying apps in the US. And the thing with that is you go on the app, you pay a subscription, and there's a lot of nannies that look for, full-time work or, career nannies. And sometimes all you need is just occasional help or backup help. And so a lot of the moms were expressing the way that we structure the app, we don't ask for subscription payments. We want the app to be available when you need it. And we don't want to put a barrier between you signing up and paying. And so we do charge a transaction fee for each transaction in the app, very small one. But I think for the fact that we have no subscriptions, and then the variety of our providers and the fact that they're all vetted has been...
The fact that they're all vetted, in my opinion, as a mom myself, that's huge that somebody has already done that legwork for me.
Right. So it gives them that peace of mind to just simply join, search what they're looking for, post a job, find what they need, and everybody's happy.
Is this something you think, you said you would like to expand, that this could go nationwide,
Absolutely.
that could be franchised possibly?
I have thought about franchising it. I'm surprised that you said that. But right now we are more focused on, finding out what our users really want from it. So, the app right now, it's a basic, search for a provider, post a job, but we want to add to it. We want to make the experience better for everyone all around. So, my partner and I, we typically do surveys or we do case studies. We talk to our users. Just, we have ideas of which way we want to go with the app. But we always want to make sure that we're actually adding things that people want. So right now, we do plan on expanding further in Texas. So Austin and Houston are definitely in the plans. Later on this year, I do plan on going for Austin. But I think a lot of it is still going to, we're very early. It's still going to be just trying to figure out what people want from this app.
Now, one of the things that you've started doing and you're very passionate about is working and mentoring with other females. Right. Tell us about your latest venture.
Sure. So when I meet other female entrepreneurs, most of them are mothers. They are dealing with a lot of the same things that I deal with, right? Schedules and, cancellations and running a household, managing your children's schedules, and then, running a business. That is just, it's a huge load for a mom. And so I've always been passionate about, helping other moms and just kind of see like, you're able to do this. So I do have a lot of mompreneurs, I call them, come to the app. They are like, I just need help. I'll be there. I'll be working at home. I just need somebody to, take on my kids, or I have a meeting. I need someone to be there and, keep my kids busy while I'm doing this. So for me, I think it's very important to help other mompreneurs who are on the same journey that I'm on, and let them know that we're here for them. And one way that we're doing this is we have recently sponsored group childcare for an event for an organization nearby. It's a mom group organization, and they had a speaker come talk about postpartum. And so we sponsored childcare for 35 toddlers so that the moms could attend the events. The turnout was amazing. More moms signed up just for the fact that we had childcare in place for those 2 hours that they were there. And this is something that we are working on so that we can help other moms who want to do events and want to organize speakers to attend. And, it could be anybody who's just, wanting to get together with other moms or groups. But yeah, we're working on offering childcare, as a package, something else that our village is working on.
What does it mean to you when you can give back like that? Because you were once in that situation, right, not having a village right around you.
I tend to really, really empathize with people who I've been in their situation, and, I really feel the pain and the struggles that they're going through. And it's funny because when I started our village, my pain points was through motherhood. And, I feel like I've talked to so many different moms, and, they were going through the same thing. They had the same feelings. And I kind of feel like I'm on the other side of it now to where I'm like, hey, my kids are a little older now. It's a lot easier. I promise it'll get easier. Use the resources that you have, use our village. And then now that I am, on the entrepreneur side and I'm navigating, juggling all these things in my life and my children, my home, my business, I feel like now I want to help other moms who are in the same place. And so it's just to me, it's giving back. It's giving support to, people, even if I don't know them. It's like, I wish that I had that when I was going through it. And I love to be that support system for others so that they can get inspired and see that it's definitely possible. What's
the number one piece of advice that you would give to a mompreneur wannabe out there?
A mompreneur, okay. Follow your dreams. If it's keeping you up at night, if it's not getting out of your head, it's if there's a thought or an idea that's just been, itching at you, start taking the steps. It's not big and scary. It seems big and scary, when you look at the whole thing. But once you start taking steps, you will know what to do once you get to the next step. So my advice is, don't be afraid. Go for your dreams. We only live once.
And just because you have a child doesn't mean
Absolutely
that you should be held back.
It's totally doable. Yes, it is. It can be stressful. It could be a lot. But there are also many people who are willing to help. One thing that I think I personally dealt with was asking for help. And that's another reason why I started a village too. It's harder. I feel like it's harder to ask people who are closest to you for help. Mm-hmm. But then when you go on to like this platform and you see these people are like willing and able to help you, it's
Don't you also feel like as a woman, we're supposed to take on and be able to handle our kids, handle our marriage, our job? We should be able to without asking for help, but it doesn't mean you're weak.
No. I think we were created to be more nurturing, and we have the skills to do that. We have it in us to do those things. But when it's loaded on us and it's expected from us, it becomes a bigger load, So I think it's, we need to ask for help. I think that's, our modern day parents, especially our moms, I don't know why, maybe it's a millennial thing. We're not supposed to ask for help, or we feel like we look weak if we ask for help. That's not the case. I think a lot of people are more than willing to help us if we ask for it. Nobody really knows, hey, does she need help? She looks like she's got it, but it's taboo. We think it's taboo to ask. We need help. And
ask, and it's okay.
Right.
Where can folks find your app?
You can find it on our website, ourvillageapp.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and continued success. This is much overdue.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And that was Randa Bedair, owner of Our Village, ourvillageapp.com. We'll be back with more BizTV right after this. Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.